All right. Feel free to start with a question.
Well, I guess one shooting, obviously really big. I guess it's 16. I think that's the first time since 2018 we've had that many. But it's just, you have that many shooters that are capable. I mean, how much better does it make it?
Well, I mean, it's the first game we've shot the ball like that, where we've actually stepped up and made shots. But I thought part of it was because we finally passed it with a little urgency. We were poor the first 4 games of holding on to the ball too long. When you've got a teammate on ball reversal that's open, we'd hold the basketball for an extra second before we made the pass. And then by that time, instead of being an open and rhythm shot, it's a contested shot. So we've watched some film. We've really talked about it. And I thought we did a much better job of getting the ball out of our hands and getting it to shooters at the right time.
They kind of, maybe they created some of that just because they came out and made a bunch of threes themselves and were getting a lot of shots and really did the whole first quarter. What happened in the second quarter, and will you just slow that down a little bit and keep your offense going?
Yeah, well, we finally, we struggle at locating players. We sat there and told them 4 and 13 are shooters. And they come out in the first quarter, and I don't think our kids believed us. So they're like, no, they can't be. And you would think after the first or the second one, then we might realize, okay, yeah, they are. But it took, number 4 was 5 for 8, 13 was 4 for 7. It's really disheartening in a way as a coach, because we told them who was a driver, who was shooters, and we didn't come out with any type of urgency to make the driver shoot and make the shooters drive. We just let them do exactly what they wanted to do. And as I've always said in this, you make a couple, and then you get confidence, and then you start making some hard ones. And I thought that first quarter, we just let them get whatever shot they wanted and credit them for making them. And then we had a little more urgency in the second quarter, at least trying to disrupt where they caught the ball. And I think that helped us. And then once we were able to get them to miss, we did a really nice job of rebounding it and then being able to push the ball in the transition.
Obviously, Amari's able to get in one of those rhythms, and she can put up points in a hurry, knows how to do that. Obviously, teams are scout that, but to have a player with that ability is nice. What's left for her? I know there's a lot left for her.
Yeah, she's very talented. I think for Amari, what I'm challenging her with is to play with urgency. There's times in the open floor tonight where she could have crossed over and attacked the basket, and she just plays a little too cool for school. And if you want to be elite, you just can't rely on shooting the basketball. You've got to be able to continue to attack, value the ball. Now, it was really, she shot it well. She had 4 assists and 1 turnover. And I'm sure a lot of people would be like, man, just be happy with what she did. Well, I know what she's got, what she's capable of, and she can do more. And if we can get her to max out, then you got a kid that can be an All-American. But that's our job as coaches. And the same thing, honestly, is with Taj. Taj is one that she's only scratched the surface, but it's a matter of teaching her how to play at a level of excellence every time she's on the floor. And when she can figure that out and Amari can, then you got two kids that can be 2 of the best guards in this league.
When you look at what Jennifer Binks can bring to this team when she is playing like that down low, kind of physical, what kind of matchup problem is she, and kind of her, same with her, what's the next step for her?
Isla's right now just trying to get her confidence. I think trying to get her footing. All of our post players, they dribble way too much. I've never seen a group of kids that when they catch it, it's like they're not sure there's air in the ball, so I got to dribble it to make sure it's going to come back up to me. And that's all we talk. Stop dribbling. Stop dribbling the ball. Either make a quick move or throw it out and then repost. But we'll hold it, wait for the double team, then dribble it, and then we turn it over. And it's not just Isla. It's E, it's Nyla, it's O. Anaya came in the game and did the same thing. It's like, and we work on it every single day. We preach it, we talk about it, we drill it, catch, score, catch, score, catch, score. But for some reason, when you get in the game, it's like they just revert to bad habits. And we've got to continue to work on that to get that changed and get that fixed. Because if we can just catch and turn and score in the post, we're going to cut our turnovers down. And if we can get this thing down to about 10 turnovers a night, we're going to have a chance to beat really good teams. But you go back and look, our UCLA game was the best we've had up until tonight, I think, because I think we had 13 or 14 in that game. And it's, you know, it's a ball game with 5 minutes to go. We're right there because we had an opportunity to get shots. But it's something we have to continue to get better at and continue to improve. And then our free throw shooting is just awful. I mean, it shouldn't be called free throw for us because they're not free. It's like we're paying for every single one of them. But I'll tell you what's going to end up happening that's going to affect some kids' playing time is every time we get fouled and we go to the line, I'm going to put Sosa in the game. Because the one thing I've got to give the kid, Hearn and Nia Hardy, they go after it. And with their size, if we're not going to be able to step up and make free throws, then I've got to give us the best chance that we have to get offensive boards off of them. Because I know Sosa had 2 of the 3 for sure off offensive rebounds and converted both of them. So the way I look at it is I know it's saying we're 13 of 24, but we're really 17 of 24. Because if we make both free throws, you aren't going to get that offensive rebound. So since we did, we actually scored 4 more points from free throw opportunities. And that's kind of how I've always done our free throw percentage the last 5-6 years is possible points scored from the free throw line. And by getting those offensive boards, that's 4 points that if we make all 4 of them, we're not getting the opportunity to rebound it. So at least that gives you a chance to at least maximize your points off of free throws if you can get the offensive board.
Talk about just Amari's potential, Taj. I mean, also Gazella who's in there making some threes, and Reagan who's in there making some threes. Can you think back to a time where you guys have been that deep when it comes to 3-point shooting?
No, it was Shoney and Tia and Antonita, Jude. Oh yeah, I can those at this point in time, that crew right there, and I'm probably leaving somebody out. I'm afraid could shoot circles around this group. You know, now they were also older and had been in the program for a while. But yeah, I think that group's probably the best 3-point shooting team. Sarah Hammond was part of that from the 4 spot that we've had.
What is it? It's not just your close players. It's you're watching any basketball. It seems like they get the ball, and all but the rare ones get in a big hurry to do whatever they're going to do. It's like they feel like they have to go real fast. I never got to play the post, so I don't know what happens in there. But what is it? How do you teach that? I mean,
Eric, it's a great question. It's just reps. I mean, we have to rep it. I mean, and then there's got to come a point in time as a player, you've got to just stop doing it. You know nothing good happens when I keep doing it. It's I tell them all the time, it's you keep doing the same thing expecting a different result. You know, and as I was told years ago from a coach, that was his definition. It's my definition of stupidity. Like, I can't keep doing the same thing. You know, if I walk into that wall over and over and over thinking I'm going to go through the door, but the door's to the right, like, you got to change eventually. And we joke about it. I'm like, guys, you keep doing the same thing. It's like we use a little bit of the analogy of talking to them and sharing with them. It's like you go to take an exam and your professor says, every answer is B, guys. Just put B down. To everyone. And I got kids, I promise you, would go in there like, nah, I think it's A. Now, I'm not believing them. It's A. It's A. And they'd put like A for 4 of them and then miss 4 and be shocked. Like, what? Like, that's where I'm at. It's like, guys, we're telling you and showing you what you need to do to be successful. Now we've got to be willing to change it. You can't keep doing the same thing and expect a different result. So we're just going to have to keep drilling it, and then we keep showing them film too. It's like, hey, here it is again, guys. Here it is. So hopefully we'll see improvements on Sunday, but it's got to start tomorrow in practice and Saturday as well. I appreciate everybody. Thank you. How's the weather out there?
Snowing?
Snowing?
Yeah.
Love it. God, I'll get my snowblower out. It's 24 years old, my friend. It's a Honda. It starts on the first pole still. I bought it in Minnesota. It is a damn Chevy.